So when Xbox One was first revealed, one of the biggest features that was talked about was the family sharing. The idea that you could buy a digital game and then share it with your so-called quote-unquote family members. It could be your friends who may be on the other side of the planet, but basically you could share your game library with them, so they wouldn't have to buy, games that you've purchased, and, you could share their games as well, which is really nice because that means you save some money in the long run, right? If you could take turns with somebody, depending on what game you want to buy. Now, some people think that we're still waiting on this feature to release, and some may already know about this, so if you already do, this isn't for you, but I wanted to make sure that everybody is aware of it who follows this channel, that family sharing is already available. And it's been here since the beginning, but I want to show you how it works because it's really easy to do, and man, it is nice. So this is my buddy Redbean, and we've been friends since the original Ghost Recon days back on the original Xbox, so I've known this guy for years and years. And one of the things that I want to stress is if you're going to do this with somebody, make sure it is somebody that you trust, because you're going to have to give them your login information to your Xbox, which is very risky if you don't absolutely trust somebody. So what's happened is I have given Redbean my login information, so he's about to sign in as me, and once he's signed in under my profile, he's going to go to his settings on his Xbox and select his Xbox as home. So it makes it look like I'm at his house and I've chosen his Xbox to be my home Xbox. And I'm going to do the same thing under his profile, so I'll show you how it works. So starting off, this is going to help him a lot more than it's going to help me, because he just bought an Xbox One the other day whenever he found out that Halo 5 was releasing. He hasn't played a console in years. So he doesn't have very many games except for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 digitally. He purchased this the other day, and whenever we were filming this, it was coming out that night early for anybody who bought it, digitally. So you can see that all the games in my library, I do not have Black Ops 3 digitally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a user, and I'm going to sign in under Redbean's account. So it's going to look to Microsoft like Redbean's at my house, so I'm signing in under his account. And I will point out that whenever you first do this, whenever you sign in, be prepared. It's going to ask you, how do you want to secure your sign-ins and everything else. So it'll ask you some security questions. You may have to enter in their password a few times depending on how they've got their security set up. But once you're in, go to Settings, then go to Personalize and select the home Xbox. So I'm going to set my Xbox at my house as the home while I'm under the profile of Redbean. So now that we've both set the consoles as our home, we can log out at this point, log back into our regular profiles, but now anytime my friend purchases a game, I can go download it and play it as well. Anytime I purchase a game digitally, they can do the same thing. All my games, that huge library of games that I have that are digital, Redbean can go ahead, start downloading, and can continue to play. And as you can see, now I have the option to download Black Ops 3 because he purchased it. So even though I never bought it, I'm going to be able to download it. And yes, I can play at the same time that he's playing because digital copies of games come with 2 licenses. So now our game libraries are linked, which again is really nice. Truth be told, I wasn't planning on buying Black Ops 3 at the beginning. I told you I liked the beta, but with so many games coming out, it wasn't one that was on my go out and grab it right away list. So now I can sit back and enjoy it, even though I wasn't planning on it. And Beans, again, he's already told me that he's loving digital so far, so he's going to buy all his stuff digitally anyway. I've always told you that I've been more of a physical buyer due to the ability to be able to trade in your games and get something for them, and the fact that digital, costs so much more and it doesn't seem like you get as much out of it. But using this setup, with somebody who's going to be buying a lot of games in the future, it's a nice little incentive to lean towards digital. And a lot of people are going digital this gen. He's mentioned already buying Star Wars and Rainbow Six, and both of those games, for instance, I was planning on getting on the PC. But I mean, if he's going to buy it on Xbox, I'll play it on Xbox as well. And I'm going to be getting some games as well that he'll enjoy. So it's going to work out really nice for both of us. And I mean, this is just kick-ass, in my opinion, to be able to do this. Now, as far as the limitations go, don't quote me on this, but from what I've read, I understand that you can really only do this with one person at a time so that it helps both of you out. I think there's some way you can work it where, like, you know, you could benefit, but it wouldn't benefit your other friends. But I believe you can only do this with one other person at a time to get the full benefits back and forth. And I believe you can swap your home on your Xbox 3 times a year. But if we unlink our Xboxes, from what I understand, then our libraries wouldn't be shared anymore. So then I would have to go out and buy all those games. But so far, this is the best excuse that I've seen for buying digital. And again, if you're going to do this, make sure that you do it first and foremost with somebody that you trust. Also, make sure that they're a gamer. I mean, you don't want to go with somebody who hardly buys any games. I mean, it's not going to benefit you that much. But we're both gamers, and I think we're both going to be enjoying a lot of games here shortly. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and hope I taught you something a little new if you weren't aware of how this family sharing works. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn.